The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a March 31st edition of Today in Sports Betting, a hoop-ball.com presentation. I'm your host, Vince Miracle. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms of @VMCenter. And good news today, guys, I am not alone. I actually have a partner in crime today. We were just talking off here. Blake's first time covering baseball for the sports betting division here with us at hoop-ball.com. Blake LaWatch, welcome to the show, man. How's it going?
I am doing great. How you doing?
Oh, it's 2 days before Friday, so it's that hump day. I'm having one of those hump days, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Look at this. I still have coffee right now. Like, I'm dragging, bro. I've been dragging since I woke up today, but I'm at least happy you're joining the show with me, because doing this solo sometimes it can be a little exhausting. You know?
Yeah, I can't even imagine getting that far yet. No, I'm excited for baseball tomorrow, man. It's a whole nother ballgame. Looking at the lines and everything, it's almost like it takes you back. Like, what am I looking at?
We're here. We made it.
No, I'm excited. I'm pumped.
You think that this baseball season is going to go a lot more smoothly than last year's did?
God, I hope so. I mean, most of these people have been vaccinated by now. You know, they're millionaires. They're not going to just not get vaccinated. So,
right.
I think it's going to be okay. The Nationals already have some cases today, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a definitely a wave. I mean, the fact that they're adding fans too, right? Like, at least the Texas Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if it's by team or how they're doing it, but I know the cardboard cutouts are gone. So that's enough for me.
It's interesting, man. And I see, like, for those who are listening, we can see each other. We're doing this recording through Zoom. Blake, please stop looking at my Spider-Man logo. These are my son's headphones, bro. I see you looking at them.
I got the professional JBLs over here.
Yeah, so I don't need you judging me, okay? Sometimes when you're podcasting and your dog eats your wire, you got to throw on the Spider-Man headphones. You know what I mean?
You know, man, I got a Boys of State banner in the background. You can see. So
I'm sorry that you're their fan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's hit a home run with a couple of these baseball picks for tomorrow. Hope you like that little stupid pun there. First game we got on is the Toronto Blue Jays, 1.5 point underdogs on the road against the Yankees. They're the first game that hits off on opening day. Your thoughts, man? Where are we going with this?
You know, that was actually the game that I have the most going on. I got two plays on that.
Okay.
Yep. Most money, most plays. 2 plays on this one. I got the Yankees minus the 1.5 plus 115. It's they're gonna score so many runs this year. And I was talking to Devin about it earlier about it's gonna be so hard not to take every single over in Yankee Stadium this year. They don't have a single player that's projected to hit under 20 home runs.
Yeah.
And they play in Yankee Stadium, which is like 30 feet. So they're going against the Blue Jays. Hyun-Jin Ryu, he's legit. He's come from the Dodgers over last year.
They have a really good pitcher. The Blue Jays have a really good pitcher.
They do. The Yankees are too much. And the only hesitation I have with the over specifically is if, Garrett Cole is, he'll be a Cy Young contender again, of course. Can the Jays score at least 2 runs off him? Because I feel confident the Yankees are going to get 5 off Ryu. He hasn't been as strong.
I have it as the over.
Yeah. I was shocked when it was 7.5. I feel like I'm missing something because you look down at a couple other games, they're at 11.
I have over 7.5. I'll be honest. I don't have a lot of baseball bets. For those who don't know, I don't cover baseball a lot. I only have certain bets out there, especially opening day. I always feel like there's more overs than not, just because guys are just ready to hit. Not a lot of good defenses out there to start the year, just like in any real season. But I like the over here. I just think that the Blue Jays, they're capable of hitting the ball. We've seen it throughout the last couple of years. They've really built a good hitting team. But obviously their pitching core is pretty solid as well. But the Yankees, like you said, man, you're in Yankee Stadium. They have nothing but hitters on that team. Nothing but hitters on that team.
And they brought in Jay Bruce, who that's all he does is hit home runs.
Exactly. So I'm on the over. So with this, are you taking the minus 1.5, or are you feeling a little bit more confident with the Blue Jays being able to keep up and maybe taking plus 1.5?
No, I'm confident in the 1.5. I think it's going to be a 5-2 or 6-2, 7-2 type of game.
Gotcha.
Garrett Cole and their bullpen is just legit.
Gotcha. So let's go ahead and move on to the next game here. We have the Indians versus the Tigers. I'll be honest, this is a game that I don't know much about either team. Like, I didn't look up any of their offseason moves, nothing. I have no idea about any of these teams. So for me, just by knowing that, I look for value and money. The home team is the underdog. I guess I'm going to ride with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's my lean too. They're both bad teams. I like to stay away from bad teams.
That's what I'm saying.
The Tigers are moving up. The Indians are moving down. They're kind of both in that middle area right now. But, Shane Bieber's legit. Matt Boyd could be legit. Yeah.
I think this is one of
Tigers.
I think the next game up, we'll have a little bit more to talk about because this next game is one that I already have my radars on, and that's the Oilers versus the Red Sox. I think this is probably could be the game of the day, and it's already that early on. I personally think the Oilers win at plus 142. I think that they're more than capable of beating the Red Sox here at home. The Red Sox tend to come out normally a little bit slower than normal. They pick it up in the middle rounds, middle innings, but I just think the Oilers have the potential to do so. But by your face, I think you're kind of going against me there.
What? No, I actually like that pick because John Means. I have high hopes for John Means this year. The Red Sox are kind of middling. I'm not super high on the Red Sox. Other people are higher. I actually like your
start
pick.
off slow. Yeah, I just always feel like the Red Sox. Every game they just get points from Vegas because they are the Red Sox. It just starts every season, and the Oilers have built a very solid team from top to bottom. I mean, obviously they're going to need development in it, but I think Baltimore is more than capable at plus 142. You throw just a single unit on that and feel pretty confident about at least their chances of winning.
Yeah, I think the Orioles are going to be a little better than projected, and I think the Red Sox can be just slightly less. But I like that pick. I do.
Over under 9.5 runs. That's what I was saying. If it's that high scoring of a game, man, it has to be close.
See, how come the Yankees Jays are 7.5 and this game is 9.5? I'm going under on this one.
You're going under on this one? Yeah.
I don't think the Orioles can score.
I definitely think that they're capable of getting some runs, or at least just getting players on bases. Yeah, man, I don't know. 9.5 is a lot though for these two teams that we're not super high on, but maybe that's what it is. I don't truly believe in the pitching of the Red Sox, so I can see them giving up quite a bit of runs to these Oilers.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I don't trust the Oilers that much either.
I mean, Eovaldi's pitching for the Sox, and he's had every type of season you can imagine. He's been, legit, and he's had 6 ERAs. So it's which one are we going to get? I don't know.
It's a coin flip. So with that, you're taking the under.
I like the money. I like your pick on that one.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and move on to the next one here. This is, again, another two teams that I don't have much on. The Minnesota Twins versus the Brewers. The Brewers are at home as 1.5-point favorites. Lines currently sit, though, as a coin flip, minus 110 on the money line for both, while the runs sit at over-under on 8. Blake, what are your thoughts on this one?
I'd take the Twins. I mean, it's a stay away, but I'd take the Twins money line if I had to.
Just to be out there and say, hey, I'm putting a quarter on that.
The Twins are going to put up some runs. Maeda, I like Maeda. I don't love him. Woodruff has had a couple good years, but it's a stay away. Twins money line if I had to.
It's so hard to tell people to pick on a 50-50, huh? Like when Vegas is like minus 110, what are you going to say? What's going to sway you in one direction?
And it's an interleague game. What the hell's with that? I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's a bad one. Over under on 8 runs. Do you have any intrigue on that at all, or is it just
0 over if I had to? It's the minus 115 odds. I guess the under minus 105 odds if you had to actually.
Gotcha.
I don't like either way.
This next one's pretty interesting. They have no line. They have a spread at plus 185 to the Pirates. The Cubs are a minus 215. They have no over under on runs for me on my site right now. So I don't know. Am I missing something? Like, what are the Pirates supposed to be plus 185?
That's the way it was this morning, and I assumed something was going on, but I haven't seen what's going on, so I don't know.
I haven't seen any news. I have my Twitter up right now too, and I still don't see anything.
No, the money line makes sense to me. I'd assume the Cubs are minus 1.5, mediocre bad odds.
No, they're minus 215.
Minus 215.
Yeah, they're 2-1 favorites, and you can get plus 185 with the the Pirates, and I don't see any news on the Pirates right now. So it's intriguing.
I have no idea what that is. The Cubs, I think, are a mediocre team. If they'll be better. Baez had a horrible year last year, like legit record-breaking horrible.
Can you tell me anything about these Pirates that maybe are they again, I'm not going to act like I know a lot about these two teams.
No, they have Brian Hayes at third base, who is a top prospect. He had a monster year last year, but it wasn't enough to take him off the prospect list. So technically, he's still a prospect. Outside of him, they have nothing to look forward to or no reason to watch them.
So the Pirates are a suitable plus 185. Is this just avoided game?
Yeah, they're going to be the worst team in the league this year.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. That makes more sense why. Moving on to the next game here. Again, I think there's 14 games on the slate, guy, and we're going to try and hit all of them as best we can, as well as the NBA for today. So you guys will have all of it and more here on Today in Sports Betting Show. Atlanta Braves, 1.5 point favorites here on the road against the Phillies. -110, both again on that money line spread, while the runs sit at over under with 7. Your thoughts again, Blake? What are your thoughts on this Braves versus Phillies game? This
is a fun matchup. I like this one a lot. Nola is legit. Max Fried can be legit, and I think he will be. I thought they were going to go Soroka this for opening day, but I guess they got Fried in there. I like them both. It's a coin flip, but for good reasons this time, because it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. It's so hard for me to pick coin flips. So with me, and I'm not having much knowledge on baseball, I know a little bit here and there, and obviously I watch a ton of Sports Center, and I also have the MLB channel when things get bored and I need to learn stuff for betting. I'm kind of just leaning to the Phillies just because they're the home team. It's a pick 'em, your home game. If they are allowing fans there, like Philadelphia is right now in the NBA, why wouldn't they allow it on an outside arena? So I'm leaning Phillies just because they're the home team. However, Vegas says they're the team that needs to have that 1.5 runs. So are you leaning Braves?
No, I would lean Phillies, but the -185 payout's not enough for me. That's what makes it a stay away.
Right now on my screen. Oh, yeah, the -180 if you want to take it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to take the spread.
So if knowing that you're not going to take the spread, then are you just going to ride the home team still on this coin flip of a game?
Yeah. I would ride the home team on this. I like the Phillies. I like them both. They're both going to be good. The NL East is stacked this year. That's going to be a fun conference. Division. We're not in college basketball anymore. Division.
Yeah. I'm going to let you guys know this right now. If you're there, the home team, from me, majority of the time you're going to get it here in the first week of baseball. I'm just throwing that out there right now. We move on to this next game here, Blake, and it is the Arizona Diamondbacks, 1.5 point underdogs to the San Diego Padres. I think this has the potential to be a really good game, just a lot of runs, entertaining game. But yeah, it's sitting at +1.5 to the Diamondbacks. The spread sits at +195 to the Padres -230, and the runs sit at an over/under of 8.5. So that hook is on this one. Blake, what are your thoughts?
I did not realize the payout on the Padres spread was so good. That's shocking. The Padres are, I would think it'd be, the -180 or whatever. The Padres are legit. Yu Darvish is legit. Diamondbacks are going to be bad this year. Bumgarner is not the Bumgarner of old. Yeah. There's still a lot of hope around him, but I don't see it. The Padres offense is going to put up 1 million runs this year, and Yu Darvish is going to have 1 million pitches like he always does. I like the Padres spread a lot there, -1.5.
Yeah, -1.5 payout is -115. They're already a -230 favorite. So just those numbers alone and the run sitting at over/under at 7 has me definitely leaning to the home team -1.5 here. That payout,
absolutely,
too nice. I
might have to add that on the wager pass. I missed that this morning.
Damn, add it in there. You got to hear on the podcast first. Since we're giving them a wager pass thinker here, and you're saying you're going to add it on, how many units do you think that you should be adding onto that bet if they were tailing you here?
Oof, I might go 1.5 here.
I'm going to go a solid 2.
I'm not crazy like you. Yeah, you're a 3 kind of guy.
Well, see, here's my thing, and I've said it on the show plenty of times. When I have like a 3-unit bet, I don't say that doesn't mean going all in. That's just going to be a max bet for me.
Mm-hmm.
A full 3-unit bet for me. That's a max bet number. And I like to do those on where I see my value. So I tend to do 2 to 3 units on my underdog plays. And then my pick of the day always has 3 units, or I'll even say I'm damn near all in. And I do that a lot on my pick of the days. And the other one, they normally get like a unit and a half. So just probably about like only
two units on the Padres here is not the worst bet in the world. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2 units on that one. I think I'm actually just going to make that right here real quick. While I'm making this bet here, Blake, let me go ahead and bring you up the next game. And that is the Los Angeles Dodgers, 1.5 point favorites over these Colorado Rockies. Rockies, if you take the 1.5, still pays positive money. So if you take plus 1.5, it pays plus 120. I find that to be very interesting. They're also plus 190 on the spread, and the over-under sits at 11 runs. Over-under is on 11 runs. What are your thoughts on this big game?
That over-under is so tempting, but that's so many runs. It's like a double-digit spread in the NBA, to where you can absolutely see it happen, but it's scary. There's the reason the Rockies are plus money on the spread is because they are bad. They have Trevor Story up the middle still, and Germán Marquez is their ace. That's disgusting.
Perfect. Sorry, I just made that bet for tomorrow because I know I'll forget. I just made that bet. I just put 2 on that one, man. Boom. There you guys go. Now you guys know how much my 2 unit was on that game. It was 200. So there you go. Yeah. So the Rockies. I just think the Dodgers are too good. I mean, that would scare me.
And Kershaw looked like he was starting to tail off, but he's gotten good again. He's getting back up to where it was.
Is 11 just too much to where I don't understand why you bet on the under? But here's the thing. What's crazy to me, even looking at these odds as well, is if you look at the over-under on those 11 runs, it's favorited for them to go over at minus 115 compared if you bet on the under, which is dang near even money at minus 105. So that even scares me a little bit more.
Well, it's the Dodgers who are going to hit 1 million home runs this year in Coors, and the Rockies, they can hit okay. Trevor Story might put up 2 home runs today. I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, that is just so crazy to me, man. That is a lot of spread out there, dude. That is a lot of money to be had. The fact that you can get runs, you can take points, almost 2 runs, and still be plus money. You know that you can add another run and it'll only be even money.
Yeah, you can't lose that almost, right?
You can add a half, so you can have an even 2 runs and you're still positive money. That's crazy. That's how good the Dodgers are this year. That's scary.
Yeah, they're good. And the Rockies do still have Blackman too. I forgot that. I didn't mean to discount him. He can still match.
Still, that's
offensively they're good. Their pitching is bad. The only reason I don't like it really, honestly, is because Kershaw's pitching.
The biggest reason why I don't like it is just those odds scare me. Like when you look at, I feel like Vegas knows something. Like they know that the Dodgers are going to come out here and start hitting things. You know what I mean? The fact that the over on 11 runs, which is the biggest runs that we've covered so far while going down this opening day, is at 11. And Vegas is saying, we favor the over on that already. Like that is insane. That's crazy.
That's because a 9-5 game is so possible. That's absolutely realistic.
Yeah. Especially in this type of game. It's just a lot of runs, a lot of scoring.
And the ball, they have the live ball now. It's no longer deadened.
Was that? Well, they have the what?
They spiked the ball allegedly this year. It's supposed to fly.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I forget what they're calling it. Somebody came up with a funny name for it.
Interesting. That's scary. That's even more scary for more runs. Let's go with this. We have the St. Louis Cardinals, 1.5 point underdogs. Again, I think that's going to be a lot for all of these games is 1.5 runs. 1.5 point underdogs here on the road against the Cincinnati Reds. The spread sits at minus 105 for the Cardinals to a minus 115 to the Cincinnati home team. And over-under on run sits at 7.5. Just at first glance, the only thing I like here is the under on 7.5 runs. But that's just me personally because I know the Cardinals. My grandpa loves that team, and they've always stunk since I've known them. That's just a personal thing. Ever since they won their World Series, I ain't seen them being good since. So that's me. I have the under on 7.5 runs. What about you, Blake?
Well, you think they're not good. You should be a Mariners fan. I would lean under too. The Reds historically had a bad offense last year. The Cardinals, they got What's his name?
Phil,
Oh, I'm drawing the biggest blank right now. Third baseman from the Rockies last year.
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh my goodness!
I look at numbers more than jerseys. You can ask me any player on any team in the NBA.
Nolan Arenado. Oh my goodness. They got Nolan Arenado, MVP candidate every year. He's always one of the top players. He's on every Sports Center highlight defensively. Outside of that, they did nothing. The Reds are going to be horrible. Votto's another year older, another year horribler, if that's a word.
Is that a word?
Would go under. It's close enough. Yeah, under for me. And the spread, I'm staying away from that. Actually, I might go the Cardinals plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5 with the Cardinals?
Yeah, if I had to.
That's a minus 210, though, man.
I know. That's why.
That's
money line's plus 100 on that.
They switched it, so the Cardinals are not even money?
They're plus 100, yeah.
Wow, they're even money now. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I would take.
I just hit refresh, and they're still sitting at minus 105 for mine. So
I refreshed like 2 minutes ago.
Dang, that's crazy. So yeah, the only thing I'm hitting here is the under 7.5 runs. I think this is just gonna be like a low scoring 3-2 type of game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, no one. I don't think anybody is.
No, thank you.
Not even their fans. Their fans are gonna watch the replay.
Well, their fans are blacked out, so they can't watch it anyway.
Exactly. There you go. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Miami Marlins. And before we go over this line here, Blake, I want to remind everyone that this show is presented to you by mybookie.ag. Everyone go to mybookie.ag for all of your betting needs, whether it be for this opening day card that we're reviewing now here today, the NBA, football, soccer. Maybe you guys like casino games, playing blackjack and poker, or maybe you guys are just so good at pop culture that you want to bet on the Oscars and the Grammy. Mybookie.ag has you covered. Just let them know you found them through us by using promo code HOOPBALL. That's HOOPBALL, and they will match up to $500 of your very first deposit. Also, guys, new product alert. You guys keep hearing about it. It's the Weed Whacker, presented to you by manscaped.com. Everyone go to manscaped.com. Use promo code HOOPBALL there as well, and they will make sure you get that Weed Whacker on a discount where you can clean up every single one of your holes. Clean those holes, Blake. It's weird. Your nose, I can see your nose. Oh, that's just your mustache. Never mind. I see your nose hairs through the camera, but it's just your mustache.
Can we get closer?
Clean up those holes, guys. Manscaped got you covered with that Weed Whacker. Use promo code HoopBall there. And also to bring it back to the mybookie.ag, for those who don't know, they are doing an odds boost right now for tomorrow's games. So the odd boost currently sits at a $25 max bet at plus 100 for either team to score a run in the Dodgers and Rockies game. So if you use that promo code, you sign up, they match your money as well as giving you that odds boost. So a $25 max bet at plus 100 for either team to score a run, the Dodgers or the Rockies. There you go. So that game that we're covering, Blue Rays versus the Tampa Bay Rays. I said Blue Rays. Tampa Bay Rays versus the Miami Marlins. The Rays are 1.5 point favorites here on the road. Line currently sits at minus 150 to a plus 130 to the home team Marlins, and the over-under on run sits at 7.5. Blake, thoughts?
I think this is a tricky one. I think a lot of people are gonna lean to the Rays, but I think the Marlins could be sneaky here because they got Sandy Alcantara is the name, and he's good. And their offense is whatever. I think the Marlins could actually make some noise this year just a little bit. They're not going to be as horrible. Very little noise. Very, very little noise. Considering the noise you were expecting them to make, they're going to make a little more than that.
I mean, I don't ever expect anything from the Marlins. I think they're the ones with the dope arena, though, right?
You could call it that.
Yeah, that's all going on there, right?
They got the fish thing, I think. I think they actually got rid of it. I don't remember.
Yeah, they have like a swimming pool fish tank thing back there.
Yeah, I think they might have gotten rid of the fish.
Oh, boo!
I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Well,
but the only reason I might lean Marlins here is because Alcantara's pitching. Other than that, just stay away.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that game. I don't know enough about it. This next game, I feel like a lot of people are going to be on this game mainly just due to the fact that it's the Rangers. They are on the road. They are 1.5-point underdogs to the Kansas City Royals. Lines currently sit at plus 141 to a minus 162 to the home Kansas City team. And the over-under on runs sit at 9. 9 is the over-under on the runs. Me personally, I kind of like the Rangers. I like this road team, but I'm taking the spread though. I want the plus 1.5 runs. I still don't know enough about the team. I haven't done enough research on baseball to even speak to it with good knowledge, but I've always known that the Rangers are a good all-around team. So I'm gonna just go with what my mind is telling me, and then my gut is telling me. It says take that plus 1.5. That's currently sitting at minus 140, but I like it. I like it.
I think your mind's tricking you because the Rangers have been good until this year. They've been no, they've been steady for a long time, but they are legit going into rebuild mode. They are going to be terrible this year. And if you say anything bad about the Royals, I think our boy Devin's going to come after you. He is backing them hard this year.
Really?
Having said that, minus 1.5. No. The Rangers,
you're really confident.
You're
really confident. The Royals, if you take them minus 1.5, that pays positive money. It pays plus 120.
It does. I'd lean that way. I'd lean the minus 1.5 because of that payout.
Yeah, I mean the payout sounds solid. The only reason why I was doing the Rangers is just because mentally, but I'm leaning. That's why I had to ask you. I mentally, I just know the Rangers are normally good, and maybe that's what Vegas is saying. Like Rangers are normally good, but if you're saying they're bad, maybe the value is with the home team and just giving up that run minus 1.5. And the same thing. And I'm looking at it right now. If you take off the hook, if you take off that half, it still plays plus 100. So you still get even money with them at just minus 1 run.
It's a no-lose situation almost because they're not going to lose, I don't think, because Rangers be bad. Their pitching is horrible. They got, the Rangers that you knew 2 years ago are not the Rangers anymore. They're all gone.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on that over-under on 9 runs?
Stay away. I think it's too high considering how bad their offenses are, but the pitching isn't that great either. I'd probably go over maybe because the Royals' offense is okay and the pitching is bad.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game here. Again, a big slate of NBA and baseball we're covering. We're trying to run through this as fast as we can. Just a few games left. The Cincinnati White Sox are 1.5-point favorites here on the road against the Los Angeles Angels. Minus 116 to a minus 104. So it's seemingly a pick'em game here in Los Angeles between these two teams. The runs, again, a pretty high scoring game. Over under sitting at 8.5 with the over actually paying the even number here. So again, that's dang near a pick'em though at minus 120 for the under. What are your biggest takeaways from all of these numbers here, Blake? Which way are you leaning?
First of all, isn't it weird how high the run totals are considering every team's throwing their ace out there?
Yeah, no, it's super weird how high all
maybe
of these are.
It's the ball. It's the spiked ball.
That makes me nervous though. That makes me almost want to go over on a lot of these games that are like low scoring games. Say for example, the game, what was it? That was 6 runs or 7 runs that we were talking about earlier in the day. I feel like maybe with that ball, all these games having such high totals, and like you said, everyone's bringing out their ringer. Everyone's bringing out their number 1 guy for opening day, and yet all of these scores are so high. So either you believe in this ball and it's going to go high, or you believe in the opposite where you're like, these guys have their ringers out. I should be betting on the under. I can see which way you lean there, but I'm starting to agree with you, man. I think we got to start taking the over on these low-scoring games.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But baseball's so tricky. They're so corrupt. They say they'll have the ball, but I bet they didn't. The White Sox were a lot of people's darlings this year. Eloy Jimenez is now out for a long time. I think he tore a pectoral muscle, I believe is what it was, running into the outfield wall. So, which is a giant bummer. It was really exciting. I think if I had to go anyway, I would probably take the over plus 100 odds on the over 8.5.
Yeah,
wow,
even money. That's crazy. That's a lot of.
You got Mike Trout in there. Mike Trout can score 9 runs by himself.
That'd be crazy. So is this kind of a game where you're avoiding, or do you feel better? Do you feel better taking a spread of, let's say, a minus 1.5 for the White Sox that pays almost 1.5, plays plus 140, Or do you feel better saying, I think the White Sox are going to win. They have a good base of hitters. Their pitching isn't horrible, just not really that good either. So at minus 116, almost pays even money. Maybe you just go spread money line there.
Yeah, I think I take money line on the White Sox. Both these pitchers are getting better. Bundy's finally out of Baltimore, and he's doing better now that he's in LA. And Giolito's on the upswing. He's becoming what everyone expected him to be.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's so hard. It's like seeing these spreads right now. They seem very
Isn't it crazy?
They're very interesting. Like, you're giving up 1.5 for a team, like you said, that they've bolstered their hitting core. I at minus 1.5, and then you're saying that the over-under is at 8.5. So there's a hook in there, and you almost want to pay me even money to take the over. It makes me want to go plus 140 with the White Sox and just saying minus 1.5 for the runs. But again, I don't trust myself and my baseball knowledge to ride that with any real money. I mean, maybe I throw a half unit on it just to test my luck, but is that worth it? And then I got to start thinking that way as well. These lines are just insane. Moving on here, we got the Houston Astros facing off against the Oakland A's. The A's are 1.5-point favorites here at home. Spread sits at a coin flip at minus 110 apiece, while the runs over under is again at 8.5. So that hook is on this one as well. Same number of runs for the White Sox game and Angels here with the A's and Astros. Blake, my man, you look like you're thinking of something over there. Tell me, what are we thinking? Where are we betting?
I'm always thinking of something. Astros are a much better team. The Astros have one of the best offenses, maybe third best behind the Yankees and the Dodgers, maybe.
Yankees don't have the best, though.
Yeah, and then the Dodgers probably. Yeah. And Greinke's still good. He's different than what he was, in his Cy Young years, but he's still good. Astros money line, I think, is where I'm at, minus 110. I'm surprised it's even money.
That is crazy. Minus one. Staying there even money on a game where you're saying they have the best offense. I'm gonna whatever. If I had to tell you on one, should I tell you on that one? What game do you think I should tell you on? I'm gonna tell you with one game right now.
Pressure's on, man. My only hesitation with the A's is Chris Bassett had a really good year last year, but I think the Astros. I take the Astros money line minus 110.
All right, how many units?
Oof. Me, that's a 1.5-er. You, that's probably about 6.
No, if you're saying 1.5, I'm doing 1.5. I'm doing 150.
Do 1.5.
I'm doing 150 on the Astros right now.
That's kind of surprising. Did we just make 2 wager pass plays?
I just made 2 wager pass plays for baseball. I just did right now.
Yeah. Let's go.
Boom. There it is. 150 pays 140. There it is. Boom. I'm in it.
Boom.
All right. And the last game of the day. And for all my Sacramento fans, here you go. Your San Francisco Giants are 1.5-point favorites here on the road, facing off against the Seattle Mariners. Minus 110 for the money line. Over under on runs sits at currently 8.5. So the last 3 games are all sitting at 8.5. What do you got, Blake? Are you riding with the San Francisco Giants or what?
This is a toss-up for me for good reason. The Mariners are up and coming. The Giants, they've been better than people expected, but they are old. Almost every one of their players is over 30 years old.
So old. They are going to be one of those
Isn't
teams.
that nuts?
This is my mindset on the Giants. I think they're going to start out hot, and people are going to be like, man, look, we kept all our guys. We're getting older, but they're still so good. This is their last chance at making a run. Then midway through the season, they're going to hit like a wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then
hopefully they sell off.
And then they're going to say, we have a decision to make. Do we make trades and go young and start over? Or do we load up and really try and push for something? And I think it all depends on how this, first quarter of the games go, the first quarter of the season goes. So with that,
but knowing how
I got Giants though. I got Giants minus 1.
You got the Giants, the money line or the spread?
No, money line. I'm just going
money line. Okay.
Yeah.
Mariners, Marco Gonzalez. He's really come up. I had low expectations for him, but he's had a couple good years in a row. So he surprised me. And their offense can be legit. It can be, but it always can be. And they're the Mariners, and they suck it up every year. So
we were just talking about them earlier.
Yeah, we were, because they suck. They haven't made the playoffs in 20 years.
Wow.
2001.
Wow. Is this the year they break it?
No, next year.
Next year, one more year. All right, guys.
They got some legitimate prospects. Jared Kelenic, Julio Rodriguez. They'll come up at the end of this year. They'll make it next year.
Don't worry, Mariners fans. You're a year away from being a year away. You're so close.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't
You're
worry.
so
20 more years, we'll be there.
Hey, can't get any much worse than the Kings, though, man. I'm catching up to you guys. We're what, 14 games or 14 years in a row, 14, 15 years in a row, no playoffs. I ain't sniffed the playoffs.
You know what's more painful about that is half the league makes the playoffs in the NBA.
Yeah, hopefully they make at least they're going to make the play in, so that's going to be their playoffs.
Does that technically count?
No, but they're gonna make it act like it counts, and then Kings fans are gonna believe that it counted, but it doesn't. Look, the last time the Kings made it to the playoffs, I was my daughter's age. That's how long it's been. The last time the Kings made the playoffs, I was my daughter's age.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's
last time Mariners made the playoffs, I was in elementary school.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. Well, we just covered all of opening day together here, Blake, and there was a lot of games there. So before we move over to the NBA, let's just go ahead and quickly run down everywhere we had. We had Jays, Yankees. I'm pretty sure we both leaned on the Yankees -1.5, correct?
Yep, and the over.
And over on 7.5 runs. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Indians, Tigers. Was that the avoided game?
Yeah, that was one of the many, yeah.
One of the many avoided games. Oilers, Red Sox. Did we lean with those Oilers?
Where did we lean on that one? I think we did. I think we did.
The Oilers. Yeah, I don't trust the Red Sox. I think they started off every season pretty sluggish. I remember talking about it. Yep.
This was
Twins, Brewers.
Twins money line if I had to, -110.
Okay. Pirates, Cubs. We avoided that thing like the plague,
we
right?
Skipped that one. That was weird.
Yep. Braves, Phillies.
That was a coin flip.
Yeah, that was a coin flip. I don't even remember. I you know what? Now that after we talked about the baseball, I'm gonna go over 7 runs. I'm just throwing that out there. But I can see
that's what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But like it's so low of runs. Like if the ball
those really pitchers are just so good though.
Yeah, I don't know. If the ball one time, maybe it starts flying. Who knows? Diamondbacks, Padres. Where do we lean there?
We lean Padres. I think it's -1.5.
Yeah.
That was the one that shocked me.
Yep. Dodgers and the Rockies. I think we both leaned on the Dodgers -1.5.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of a stay away because the odds aren't good enough.
Yep. And then and it's crazy that we were talking about the lines at 11 for the runs, and they favor the over on that. Yeah, that's insane. They favor the over. That's insane.
Dude, 30 years ago, you would have never seen a total that high.
I still can't believe it, and we're in 2021. That's insane to me. Cardinals, Reds. Where are we leaning here?
I think we land on the Cardinals. Money line +100.
Okay, yep, +100. Tampa Bay. See, that's so crazy. I just hit refresh before I went going down this run. It still sits at -105 for me. So you're on MyBookie?
I'm on MyBookie.
Wow, man.
Of course I am.
Go on mybookie.ag. Use that promo code and sign up right there. It's even money. And they're doing odds boost.
And you get the odds boost.
And you get the odds boost, man. Look at that. Rays, Marlins. Where are we leaning here?
Rays, Marlins. I think that was a stay away.
Yeah, stay away. I'm already with the stay
away. Yeah, because the Marlins are going to be sneaky with Alcantara on the bump.
Again, I 7.5 runs. I like to slide over here. I think that we can go the over on these low run games. Rangers, Royals.
Rangers, Royals. So we leaned on the Royals.
Okay, leaning on the Royals. Money line or spread, right? -1.5 +120 payout.
That's what I would do if I had to. I'm not doing it though.
High runs. It's a nice payout. Mm-hmm. White Sox, Angels. Where'd we lean here? I can't remember.
You got me thinking here. I think that's a coin flip.
That was a coin flip. I think we did the -116 though. I think we did that. I think we didn't trust the hitting, and the -116 seems familiar.
And I think we leaned on the over 8.5 plus even money.
Yep. Astros, A's. You said you're leaning on those Astros, and we're gonna
Astros. That was the pick you told me on.
Yep, I'm telling you. I already did it. $150 on there, 1.5 units. And then Giants and Mariners. I took the Giants -110. I think they just start the season off hot, and then they're gonna sell off.
Yep, I agree, and I'm also stay away from the Mariners at all times.
All right, perfect. There you go. That is your opening day rundown, guys. Blake LaWash, round of applause for this guy.
Man, I'm pumped. Opening day tomorrow.
That's a round of applause. I can't believe this is our first show together, and it was such a big show because I did not know that I was going to be covering baseball with you today. That's a nice.
I didn't know I was doing NBA with you. Let's do it.
Well, guess what? From one long conversation to the next, we have 12 games on the NBA slate today. So a large number of games. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Very first game, Blake, we have the Miami Heat on the road in Indiana against this Pacers team. And jumping right off the bat here, I love the Pacers. Give me the Pacers, either plus 1.5 if you want the points, but I got them winning this game. Even money payout there. Give me the Pacers all day long. I love the Pacers.
Yeah, how is that plus 1.5?
Because the Miami Heat have the depth now. I mean, I don't know if Dragic is playing. They're saying that he's questionable. They're expecting him to play. I think he might play. Chris Nunn also might be returning today. I think Vegas really loves the depth of Miami. They continue to favor them over the Pacers, but the Pacers are a good team. They just beat them recently on a Sunday morning where your boy hit. And again, I like them here. I like the Pacers here on the road. Watch TJ McConnell be a huge player in this game after going 8-9 with 2 steals the other day. Watch him do something crazy here against this Miami Heat team where they have smaller guards. It fits perfectly for his play style because they love to play fast. I like the Indiana Pacers, and I love TJ McConnell as a FanDuel play today.
Yeah, plus 1.5 on the money, or plus 105 on the money line for the Pacers.
See, you got plus 105, dude. I got even money. I gotta go on my PC. I'm looking at these on my phone, if I'm being honest. So that's why it says I'm recording. I'm recording through the app.
Yeah, we got it flipped.
Next game up here, we have the Blazers versus the Pistons. This is a poo-poo game for me. I like the Blazers obviously winning this game, but I don't trust their defense at all. So that over-under at 221 is the only thing I'm looking at, and I'm slightly leaning toward the over. I do not expect to see a lot of defense, but I do expect a lot of scoring here. Norman Powell has slid right in to that Gary Trent Jr. role. They've also let him been starting. I like the Blazers. I like that they've actually played more of a passing offense. I'm a little nervous about the Nurkic thing if that's going to start stagnating the ball a lot. But with that said, we're not really going to be watching the game for that. We're going to be watching the game for a lot of buckets, which I do see happening. So I'm taking the over on 221. What about you, Blake? You see anything in this game?
No, the over is where I take it. I feel like with the Blazers, you always kind of lean the over, right?
Over.
You start with the over and talk your way out of it.
Yeah, you have to, because all they're going to do is what? Come in there and just start shooting that thing.
Yeah,
that's all they're going to do.
Very good.
Next game up, we have the Rockets versus the Brooklyn Nets. And LaMarcus Aldridge is expected to start in this game. He is expected to play. I'm avoiding this game like no other because I hate the Nets. I hate the spread. I think the Rockets are overlooked as a team that they're not the same team that everyone remembers, and I have to keep repeating that to people. But yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm avoiding this game. I don't even like the over-under. I don't think there's anything about this game unless you see something.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, this game sucks.
Yeah,
you're gonna see the LaMarcus Aldridge game. I think that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see LaMarcus Aldridge have 15 and 5. Nothing crazy.
That's good.
Just 15
Senior tour. Let's go.
This is probably one of the best games of the night here. And it starts at 4:35, so it's still an early game. It starts about an hour and a half. Mavericks, 2.5-point underdogs on the road against Boston. Again, this is another road team that I like a lot. I like Kristaps. I like Luka. They are both expected to play according to the notes I have here in front of me. I don't know if it's 100% true or not, but from the notes I have, again, I have Luka and Kristaps playing, which makes me like this Boston team a lot more. Yes, Jaylen Brown is back for the C's, but again, man, I like what Dallas does. I like the drive and kick. I like Luka here being able to find Kristaps. Kristaps is obviously going to be the X factor. So give me plus 115, but I wouldn't go more than a unit on that.
Don't you feel like the Celtics are continually overrated this year?
I mean,
even by Vegas almost.
They got good young guys though. I mean, you can't doubt that they have really good players, but I just.
Yeah, they have good players. It just hasn't all come together, I don't feel like, the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss on what team you're going to see. Defensively, I think they always show up, but offensively, they tend to hit walls. And
they're not even 500.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. That's why
I think we're treating them like they're the 2 seed, like we expect them to be.
It's that Brad. It's the young guys. It's Brad Stevens. It's the
Brad
potential
Stevens.
that these young guys have. Marcus Smart. I mean, they got good defensive players. I just again, their offense tends to hit walls. And I believe in the Luka magic. I think Luka always brings out the best in his teammates and his players, and I think the Mavs are underrated as a team as a whole. So with that, again, I still like plus 115. I just don't want to go crazy on it. They're not a good road team. I'm just gonna do one unit. And look, the odds are already changing. It's lowering right now as we speak.
Yeah, I got plus 110 money line on the Mavs.
See, it just lowered, and I have plus 115. Move on to the next one here. Oh, yep, they just switched to plus 110 for me as well. Moving on here, we have the Knicks and the Timberwolves. Normally, this would be called the Poo-Poo Bowl, but the Knicks are good this year, Blake. The Knicks are actually entertaining to watch. Do you have any thoughts on this game at all while I look up the Julius Randle news? I don't know if he's playing or not.
No, but I feel like the play for or the back the Knicks underdog it's not working out like we wanted to. It's been working all year back in the Knicks because they've been underdogs all year, but I feel like Vegas has caught on.
Oh yeah. Well, also the Timberwolves are just
the Timberwolves are, yeah, of course they are.
The Timberwolves are a poop emoji. That's exactly what the Timberwolves are. Every time they step on the court, they are a poop emoji. I like the Knicks here. I like them minus 3.5. I like them minus 160. Over under 218.5 seems a little too low, but the Wolves just don't have much in terms of offense away from Cat and Malik Monk. I mean, I'm not Malik Monk, but the other Monk. What's his name? Is it Malik Monk? No, Malik Monk's from the Hornets. What is that Monk's name? I'm having a brain fart here. I gotta pull.
I did this earlier.
What is this Monk's name?
That sounds bad.
Does it? Does that sound bad?
I don't know.
Is it Monk? Am I having the wrong guy in my head? What is his name? Oh my goodness. The shooting guard. He got in trouble. He's playing again. He looks fantastic. He's back. But again, I don't trust the Timberwolves. They want to lose games. Give me the Knicks minus 3.5. They have to lose games. They got to keep their pick. They don't want the Warriors.
You're thinking Malik Beasley?
Jeez.
You thought Malik Monk.
I kept saying Malik Monk. I was like, Monk something. I
don't think there's another Monk. You're confusing me.
Is there not another Monk? There's not.
I don't know.
I think we're saying the word.
You're the NBA guy here.
I know. I'm taking the Knicks minus 3. If it goes to the hook, buy the hook off. That sounds bad too. Buy that hook off and just stay at minus 3. It'll do well for you. Minus 260 is a safe bet, but over under at 218.5. I'm avoiding that game as well. I would feel better just taking minus 3 and put a smile on my face. Raptors Thunders. Raptors are 7.5 point favorites here over the Thunder. Kyle Lowry's already been ruled out. The Thunder have no SGA. I mean, this is just an avoid it, don't touch it, don't even look at the game.
These teams aren't going to play their normal games.
I'm avoiding it. I'm just going to move on. Jazz Grizzlies. Jazz are only 5.5 point favorites over this Grizzlies team. I get that John Morant's been playing better, Blake, but let me be honest. I think the Jazz are one of those teams that people want to believe in, but they haven't believed in them just yet. So they keep avoiding them in terms of betting. And I think Vegas keeps overhyping them sometimes. So it kind of makes it for like this weird feel whenever you look at a Jazz like spread. But minus 5.5 over this subpar, can be good, but is mostly just type of Grizzlies team. I like the Jazz here at minus 5.5.
Yeah, I would take that as well if I had to. The Grizz, I feel like everyone wanted them to be good. They're not as good, and people finally have realized that. I would take the Jazz if I had to, but on the road, it's a stay away from me.
I think they're just one really good shooting guard away. And obviously they need Jaren Jackson Jr. back. But like if they got like a legit shooting guard, like dare I say an Oladipo. They got someone like that.
JJJ is their shooting guard in a way. The way he shoots threes.
I mean, I get that they have great players there. I mean, they have ballers out there. Anthony Melton. I mean, they got some good guys. A lot of them can all play. It's just they don't have that next level guy where I think Ja is on that level. I think Jonas Valanciunas is a good player that fits their mold. Jaren Jackson Jr. can spread, but they just need a legit scorer. Dylan Brooks is not that. Dylan Brooks is he's kind of like a poor version of Jay Crowder.
Yeah, and the other shooting guard they have that takes too many shots. I can't think of his name from Duke. The guy who trips people all the time.
Tyus Jones? Is that his name?
Not Tyus Jones.
He's good, though.
Are we going to do this a third time?
No, I don't know. We can just move on. It's okay. The shooting guard needs to get better. We don't need to look them up.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a huge game. Okay, so this next game is huge. Okay, it's the Kings and it's the Spurs, and it's round 2. Round 4, because they've already played each other 3 times. Kings are 3-0 already against this Spurs team. But once again, they enter this game as 2.5-point underdogs, just like they did on Monday. And guess what happened? The Kings came in there, wet their hand, and slapped them around a little bit. The Kings got the dub because they need this win. They're ultimately fighting to take over a play-in spot. Today matters to them, and they know it. With that being said, I am not taking the money line here with the Kings. Give me those points. I feel better if you give me an additional points. Again, the thing that is key for them to getting this win is rebounds over Jakob Poeltl and slowing down DeRozan. I think Delon Wright and Mo Harkless help in that. Give me the Kings plus 2.5 for the same exact reasons I put you guys on them on Monday. Blake, are you against me? Do you think the Spurs do not get swept this year by the Kings and they win one game?
Spurs can't get swept by the Kings. They can't. I heard your rant the other day back in the Kings.
Yeah.
But 2.5 is not enough for me. I don't think they win. And Spurs
are
are on
1.5.
Spurs are on triple revenge now.
Yeah, they've lost 3 times in a row to the Kings.
My goodness,
this is a home and home for them too. They just lost at home on Monday to the Kings, and now they get to rematch them 2 days later.
I'm staying away. Every way possible, I'm staying away.
I'm taking them Kings, baby. I'm taking them Kings.
Man, it feels.
Yeah. This is fandom. This is a fandom moment for me because, like I said, the Kings ain't made no types of playoffs ever since I was my daughter's age. So to just see them like making the play-in does not mean making the play-in is like the Kings being invited to join the bubble last year. Cool. We're in competitive games, but did we really think anything was really going to happen? No. Same thing with this plan. I mean, it's just cool to be invited to a big party. You know what I mean? I want to be invited to the party.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I'm taking the Kings. Give me 2.5, but really I'm going to buy that additional 1.5. And I think that makes it a minus 145 bet. Yeah, minus 145 bet. But at least you get 4 points. You know what I mean? I'd rather have plus 4 and feel good with the Kings than taking that money line and just giving you the same rant I did last time. I just don't feel like it makes much sense.
That was a good rant, though.
Thank you. Bulls and Suns. This line is Bulls. Yeah, they are sitting at plus 7.5. Over under sits at 217, which is very interesting to me. I'm already leaning over just by that quick glance. Well, the spread is something to avoid with a plus 250 to the Bulls, minus 300 to the Suns. Now, look, I think the Bulls are being overlooked here. I think Vucevic showed how good he can play when he's getting the touches. I feel like they're still incorporating everything. But the Suns, while they are this good, I don't think that they're 7.5-point favorites good over a team where Kobe White's finally starting to hit some shots. He is expected to return today and play. Zach LaVine has obviously played at an all-star level. And then to add Vucevic, their defense with Patrick Williams has been hit or miss. Isn't the greatest, but it isn't horrible. They're going to play a lot of zone. Markkanen's going to need to knock down shots. But, man, I think I'm taking a very big flyer here at plus 7.5 with the Bulls. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could so see the Suns whooping that thing tonight. You know what I mean? Just 20 points and taking a nap in the fourth quarter. But 7.5, give me the Bulls. Give me Vucevic beating up on DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I don't think that's a flyer at all. I think the Bulls plus 7.5 is almost too much.
That's
why I should be lower than that. Yeah, I don't think it's a flyer at all. Vucevic is exactly what they needed. They got the guards now. They got the big. I like them a lot. I think they did great at the deadline.
Yeah, me too. I think you have to take that flyer. I think that would have been a home run if they would have gotten Lonzo. But a home run if they would have gotten Lonzo.
Absolutely.
But I feel like they're underusing Kobe White. Like, for all those Bulls fans out there, just a quick thing for you guys: don't give up on Kobe White. I think he's such a good basketball player. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a pure shooter. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star or anything like that, but he's a starting caliber point guard in my mind. Yes, I know he shoots a little too much, but he's a capable passer. He showed to be a willing passer in the start of the season, but he wants to shoot 3. Set him up. I think he's a good player moving forward. Last game of the night, and we can wrap up this show here, Blake. And this was a great show. Thank you for doing this with me. The Milwaukee Bucks are facing off against Andre Drummond and the Los Angeles Lakers. Andre Drummond has been on my fantasy team for more than a month, not doing nothing. And my team fell from the 3rd seed down to the 5th seed, dang near out the playoffs.
Oof.
Drummond, bring me back to life, because Danny Bespris, I'm looking at you, my man. I see you. I'm waiting for you. I'm losing 5-4 right now this week, but I'm coming for you, Dan. You beat me 6-3 in our first matchup. I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for my playoff spot. I'm not missing this playoffs. With that said, I like the Bucks to win this game. 8.5 is a lot, but I can't touch anything. I can't touch nothing here. The Bucks screwed me. I'm once again going 30 days, no Bucks bets. So I don't have anything on this game, if I'm being honest with you, Blake. But you looking at it, what do you think?
I think you're expecting Drummond to get it going against Giannis.
I'm expecting
that's going to save your fantasy season.
Everybody, I just need him to get going in general. 20 and 15 with 2 steals and a block. That's all I need.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. Mark it. Yeah, it's a stay away. It's gross. It's too many. It's a high number for a team incorporating Drummond, who hasn't been themselves lately.
Markieff Morris goes off today. That's my prediction. Markieff Morris goes off today. But yeah. That is our show today, Blake. We did it. We did opening night, 14 games. We did NBA Wednesday, 12 games. Man, my voice hurts. I didn't even take a sip of my coffee, but talking about the Kings, talking baseball with you has got me amped up like I just took a pre-workout. Let's go. Before I let you sign off here, let the fans out there know where they can find you online and what they can be expecting from you here at hoop-ball.com.
Well, I hope you find me in the Discord, but if you're not there, Twitter at Blake Lawatch, Blake LAWATCH, and that's where I'll be. I'll be in the Discord mostly. I love it in there. It's so much fun.
Me too. Yep. I did a Q&A the other day during the Kings Spurs, Bucks screwed me, and the Bulls game. All 3 of those games, I hit 2 underdogs on Zion and the Pels and the Kings. That was a 2.5 and a 3-unit bet for my 2 underdogs. Bucks screwed me. I don't know how they lost to the Clippers. And then the Bulls just got their asses whooped by them damn Warriors. So.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are screwed more than any other team in the NBA this year.
Yeah, they're rough. But we're gonna see. I got the Bulls again. We're gonna see how they do. Plus 7.5. Blake, one more time. Where can the fans find you online? What's that Twitter handle?
Twitter at Blake Lawatch, LAWATCH.
Guys, go follow him, Blake Lawatch, on Twitter. You guys can follow me, Vince Miracle, on all social media platforms of at VM Center. Follow the gaming division at Hoopball Gaming on Twitter, at Hoopball Tweets for the site. Hoop-ball.com is the website where you can find all of us. MyBookie.ag, Manscaped.com. Thank you for sponsoring the show. You guys go check them out, rate, review, and subscribe. And until next time, sending all those good vibes. Bye-bye.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.